Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode Goodness. Now, if you'd watched the last episode, you will now know that we are out of the transfer window. We have made our signings, and as you guys can see, we signed Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Zaha as well in the final sort of bit of the whole transfer window. And it kind of left with a really interesting question, and I saw a few of the guys in the comments, kind of worried about whether it was a good idea to sign both of them. And pretty much the concern was, will I actually be able to get the most out of both of those players by signing both of them? Because obviously, in order to get the good potential out of both of them, I need to play them all, or play most of them, as much as possible. So, to that, I kind of want to respond with, I'm going to try and rotate them around as much as possible. There might be one season where one gets played a little bit more than the other, or vice versa, and it'll just be really interesting to see how things go. But I had a game against, I believe it is the Wolves, yeah? And this was going to be a pretty interesting game for me. I thought, I was playing pretty well. We played some really solid football. Unfortunately there, as you guys could see, Sturridge missed a really easy effort there. And now he's 86 rated. I kind of have these different expectations from him. Last season, he kind of surprised me. When I first got him, he was really quite poor. Couldn't finish his dinner. But now he's definitely a better player, and he can make really nice goals. But unfortunately, now that I've seen what he's capable of, every time he misses, some of these easy goals, I'm really quite disappointed. But fortunately, they miss a pretty good opportunity themselves. They were actually playing all right. I have to admit, Wolves' defense is pretty weak. Although I do think that if your attacking game is not on point, you will really struggle to do well. Unfortunately, my keeper does let it parry it away into away for a corner. Sorry, and those sort of things should really be saved. So I'm not entirely sure. Someone actually screenshotted me that his keeper, Marone, that's the Arsenal keeper there, was actually playing as an 88 rated player after one season. And so when I saw that, I was like, is that actually possible? Let me know, guys, if you've ever seen Marone get to an 88 rated goalkeeper after, one or even two seasons, because I would actually be really interested to know that. But what a goal that was from Griffiths there. That was just a stunning left-footed volley. I was so impressed from that. And if you take a look at the fitness of my team, I needed to make some substitutions. And as you guys know, my team is pretty much all youth. I mean, you can take a look at that bench there, and there is just so much great talent waiting to come on the pitch. Unfortunately, you can only have 3 subs in one game, so I couldn't, make a full entire substitution. But I did decide to bring off Walker and bring on Wisdom, because for me, Wisdom is one player I'm so excited to see play. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain bombs down the wing there, plays in a really nice effort. Unfortunately, we couldn't get on the end of it, and I really do think that we deserve to, get something out of that, because the Ox made a fantastic run for it. A little bit of good luck there from the bounces and things like that makes for a decent effort there from Sturridge, but again, he kind of drags it out wide, and I feel as though we didn't do that well in this game purely for the reason that Sturridge wasn't on his game, and that kind of worried me. If one player is off our game and he's not, he's not playing that well, does it really pull down the team that much? According to this, it does, and I was a little bit worried by that, but Munayin there towards the end manages to rocket one in with the right foot in the 79th minute, which was really nice actually, and good to show that he's definitely fighting for that first team spot. It's actually a really interesting choice, and I want to ask you guys, and the way I tend to, if I have a question or something and more of a voting thing, I'd like to ask you guys on Facebook to vote on a poll. Who do you think should start, Coutinho or Munayin? I mean, you guys let me know. I both think they both have great potential. I just want to know, who do you guys think should be starting the game? But we had another game, and this game was actually against a much weaker team, and for that reason I made some substitutions. I decided not to play a few of the starting players. For example, I managed to take off Sturridge there just for the reason that I wanted to rotate the team, and I've got such an awesome team now. Unfortunately, Massey, the centre back we brought in, is out for 9 months or something just stupid like that. I mean, that just really pissed me off. So like I said, I swapped around the team a little bit. I brought in Cody there as well. Zaha is starting. I brought in Gerrard because I don't plan on starting Gerrard at the moment, but I think he's a really good leader and he's a core part of Liverpool, so there was no way I was ever going to get rid of him or stop playing him. But in these sort of games, his sort of leadership and experience will definitely get us through it, really. But in the 4th minute, Aubameyang, who I decided to play in this game, maybe it should have been a better choice to play Yezel or something like that off the beginning, or I've also got Ibe as well, but I just wanted to make sure I got some goals, because these are the sort of games I have to win if I want to do well this season. It would be very typical of me to put out a second team and then end up, you know, not even winning the game. So it was important I managed to secure the win first, and then I could make those substitutions. But unfortunately, my first substitution was a forced substitution because that was Cody there again injured, and it looked like a pretty bad injury as well, clutching onto his knee. So it'll be kind of a little bit worrying to get the email in from the medical side of things to see how long he'll be out for. Admittedly, though, it could have been worse with maybe a player who starts a little bit more often. Fortunately, it was you know, a player who I don't necessarily plan on having on most games. But like I said, you know, this was the sort of game I want to play some of the youngsters in, and Aubameyang's still on the pitch. I will eventually take him off, but he is just doing work at the moment. I mean, unfortunately, I feel a little bit cheat, you know, playing a player like that against the defense that I'm against. And yeah, quickly that sort of had to change there. As you can see, I was playing Yeso, sorry, but I wanted to bring on someone else, and IB there was the man of the moment, as I wanted to just make sure, you know, they got time on the pitch. And I think you guys are also quite interested to see how these players will develop with Liverpool. I honestly am so excited to see how things will turn out because, you know, if you take a look at there, IB there with a great piece of dribbling. Unfortunately, it hits off the post, but the clean up there from Gerrard. And IB there did a fantastic job. You know, his pace, again there, his pace is just burning the defense. He does a really good job to not get muscled off the ball. And a rebound again, and Gerrard scores it again. So definitely IB, for me, played magnificently throughout this game. I was very impressed from him. Yezel, not so much. He was a solid player. He did play well, but IB there, when he came on, I was just blown away. He was literally racing past players, and he actually created so many opportunities. But a 5-0 win is very comforting, and I'm just glad we got through it. Yes, you know, I did start Aubameyang, and that might not be needed, but it was important I won because I did not want to lose a game like that, and that would just be very typical of me to lose a simple game like that. But I had a World Cup qualifier, and the qualifiers don't mean too much to me at the moment, so I decided to simulate this game against Uruguay. Uruguay have got a quality squad. Cavani there, Suarez, Gonzalez as well. They have just got some really good players, but it was important that we got an early goal there from Falcao. Falcao has got to be one of the best number 9s in the world. He's not that great on FIFA in my opinion, but in real life he is just absolutely stunning. But that 2-minute goal manages to seal us the points we needed in the World Cup qualifier against Uruguay. But that'll do it for today's episode, guys. I hope you did all enjoy it, and I do apologize that it's quite a late episode, but you know, happy Easter to all of those who are on it, and I hope you guys are having a cracking holiday, and I hope you guys are enjoying my career mode videos. So until then, guys, I'll catch you in a bizzle. See you guys in a bit. Bye bye.